The Philippines, a tropical gem in the Western Pacific, is one of the most spectacular archipelagos on the planet. It is home to thousands of rare species of flora and fauna, many of which are unique and hard to find anywhere else in the world. Hidden in dense rainforests, mysterious creatures move silently while plants thrive, taking the throne as nature's apex predators. When night falls, darkness becomes the stage for the most elusive animals to come out of hiding, transforming the wild world into a vivid and mysterious picture. The Philippines not only holds a treasure trove of exceptional biodiversity, but is also a living testament to the strangeness and unusualness of nature. This archipelago of more than 7,000 islands was formed millions of years ago, making it one of the oldest lands on Earth. Tropical rainforests cover much of the land, creating one of the richest ecosystems on the planet. With the world's fifth longest coastline, these islands are located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is regularly hit by typhoons, earthquakes, and the risk of eruptions from about 20 active volcanoes. Despite the many challenges from nature, the Philippines still retains its pristine beauty and rich collection of flora and fauna, becoming a land both mysterious and enchanting, inviting the footsteps of discovery. Philippines, wild paradise in the West Pacific Ocean. The Philippines, a vast archipelago in the Western Pacific, has long been known as a tropical paradise. Stretching across more than 7,000 islands, this country not only possesses clear blue beaches, brilliant coral reefs, but also hides an extremely rich wild world. Hidden deep within the dense forests, a natural kingdom exists where pristine nature still prevails and life operates in mysterious ways. In this world, there are animals so strange that even veteran scientists are amazed. And among those countless creatures, there are apex predators, masters of stealth, with their stalking skills reaching perfection. Palawan, the wild gem of Southeast Asia. Among the islands of the Philippines, Palawan stands out as a wild gem. With an area of sixth largest in the country, Palawan stretches like a deep blue sword between the South China Sea in the northwest and the Sulu Sea in the southeast. What makes Palawan special is not only its large area, but also that it is one of the most sparsely populated places in the Philippines. It is this very desolation that has created conditions for nature to maintain its pristine beauty. Tropical rainforests in Palawan cover most of the island. On the misty mountain slopes, tangled vines and dense tree canopies create a green maze stretching from north to south. It is this wild environment that has made Palawan an ideal home for thousands of species of creatures, including many of the rarest and most formidable species in the world. Paw Prints, the silent hunter of the Palawan forest. Step into the Palawan forest and you will realize that this is not a comfortable forest. Unlike the neatly manicured tourist areas, the Palawan forest is real nature, wild, fierce and challenging. In the thick canopy, sunlight rarely reaches the ground. Everything is immersed in a dim blue light, the echoing chirps of birds, the chirping of insects, and here and there is a faint sound, a sign of a moving creature. Here, the apex predators exist. They are not noisy, not ostentatious. They quietly observe, wait and strike with precision, as if the whole forest were their own stage. Raccoon Palawan bearcat, a strange creature in the forest. One of Palawan's strangest creatures is the Palawan bearcat, Palawan binturong. This animal is so rare that even locals rarely see it. Researchers say that encountering a Palawan bearcat in the wild is like winning the lottery, because they are extremely shy, mostly active at night, and spend most of their lives hidden in the canopy of tall trees. Backhand index pointing right. Strange appearance, the Palawan bearcat has a sturdy body, small round ears, and thick, jet black fur, making it look like a cross between a cat and a small bear. However, in fact, its closest relative is the African civet, completely unrelated to cats or bears as the name suggests. Backhand index pointing right. Master climbing ability, Palawan bearcats mainly live in trees, rarely coming down to the ground. Palawan, a treasure of nature. Palawan today is not just a destination for tourists looking for beautiful beaches or coral reefs to dive. It is also a biological conservation center where scientists, conservationists, and nature photographers come to study, record, and protect one of the most biodiverse regions in the world. From dense rainforests where the Palawan bearcat quietly moves on tree branches, to mangrove forests teeming with life, Palawan is like a giant natural painting, both wild and mysterious. Despite the challenges of deforestation, poaching, and climate change, Palawan still stands proudly as a green gem of Southeast Asia, and a witness to the magical power of nature. From the pristine beaches of Palawan to Borneo Island, a unique ecosystem opens up before our eyes: the mangrove forest. These forests form a dense green network with countless salt-tolerant species such as mangroves, parrots, and barringtonias. Each tree trunk grows straight from the muddy water, the intertwined and winding roots reaching out of the water like giant arms. It is this root system that creates a natural shield to protect the coast from big waves and tides, minimizing erosion, which is a constant threat to small islands. But the role of mangroves does not stop there. They are also giant nurseries for thousands of marine species. Baby fish seek shelter, crabs and shrimp breed, and schools of small snails crawl along the roots, all creating a complex and nutritious food chain. In the canopy of the trees, dozens of migratory birds find shelter after long flights. Flocks of storks, herons, and spoonbills perch quietly on the branches, while below, countless creatures weave through the mud and water, making the mangroves one of Southeast Asia's most important biological reserves. The mangroves of the Philippines are not only ecologically significant. For the local people, they are also a source of life and culture. They rely on the forests for timber, fish, and more importantly, they help many coastal villages withstand fierce storms and rising sea levels caused by climate change. Water wave about 550 kilometers east of Palawan, on the island of Bohol, a different story unfolds. Here, the mangroves become a natural banquet for some of humans' closest relatives, troop of long-tailed macaques. As dawn breaks, golden light filters through the canopy, and a troop of macaques from their deep forest roosts begin to move along the edge of the forest. They weave through narrow passages, entering the mangroves not to play, but to satisfy a special nutritional need. They are not just looking for fruit or young leaves. These monkeys meticulously dig through the mud, looking for small crabs, shrimp, and even mollusks that live on tree roots. This is an important source of protein in their diet, especially when fruit is scarce in the forest. This scene reveals an interesting truth: mangroves not only nourish the underwater world, but are also linked to the terrestrial ecosystem, creating a complex web of life in which each link from mangrove roots, small crabs, to long-tailed macaques is equally important. Although accustomed to living in the treetops, the mangroves are an unfamiliar and challenging environment for the long-tailed macaques. The rough surface, with its tangled roots acting as natural traps, makes moving more dangerous than ever. Even a slip can result in serious injury. However, their flexible, almost human-like hands help them dig through the soft mud to find buried fruits, an ideal snack during their foraging trips. However, their main target is not fruit, but crabs, a valuable source of protein, but not easy to catch. After catching a crab, the macaques immediately move to a hidden place to avoid being robbed of their prize. Their nimble fingers split the hard shell, revealing the nutritious meat inside, and in just a few minutes, the small feast is cleaned up. The monkeys, called long-tailed macaques, are among the most widespread primates in the world. They range from tropical forests to cold temperate zones. Once they've had their fill, the troop returns to their familiar social behavior. In the world of long-tailed macaques, grooming is not only a way to remove parasites, but also an important social ritual that maintains group order and strengthens relationships. When the feast is over and the grooming is complete, the troop continues its journey, returning to one of the Philippines' most extraordinary wild environments. And it's here, on the island of Bohol, that a very special creature awaits discovery. Hidden in the quiet rivers and deep green swamps of the Philippines, an ancient creature is silently fighting for its survival: the Philippine crocodile. It is one of the rarest and most endangered crocodiles in the world. Unlike its fierce cousin, the saltwater crocodile, a giant that can grow to over 6 meters in length, the Philippine crocodile is entirely freshwater and much more modest in size. An adult typically measures just 2 to 3 meters long, smaller, but don't underestimate it. Despite their small size, they are master predators, ambushing fish, frogs, waterfowl, and small animals along the banks of rivers, freshwater lakes, and hidden swamps. Once upon a time, Philippine crocodiles were widespread across the large islands of Mindoro, Luzon and Mindanao. Today, their traces are scattered in isolated conservation areas. The reason? Their habitat has been severely reduced by deforestation, land clearing for agriculture, and water pollution. Even more sadly, out of fear and misunderstanding, many individuals have been killed by local people despite the fact that Philippine crocodiles rarely attack humans. With an estimated population of only a few hundred, each loss means a little less hope for conservation. But crocodiles are more than just fearsome creatures, they play a vital role in freshwater ecosystems. As apex predators, they help keep fish and aquatic life in balance, protecting the health of the river. Today, conservation programs, like the Babuyan Crocodile Conservation Center, are working to breed, care for and release these rare crocodiles back into the wild. The Philippine crocodile is not only a piece of evolutionary history, but also a reminder of how fragile life can be in the face of humans. If it were to disappear, the entire freshwater ecosystem would lose a vital piece. As the last light of dusk fades and darkness descends upon the island's most famous and mysterious predator emerges: the Philippine tarsier. This creature is so small that it can fit in the palm of an adult's hand. Measuring just 10 to 15 centimeters long, and weighing less than 150 grams, the Philippine tarsier is one of the world's smallest primates. But don't let its diminutive size fool you in the dark world of the night forest. It is one of the most formidable predators. The Philippine tarsier only truly becomes active at night. When the birds have gone to sleep and the forest is quiet, it starts moving, quietly weaving through the low trees, its huge eyes glistening in the moonlight. Backhand index pointing right, giant eyes on a tiny body. The first thing that surprises anyone who sees a pygmy monkey is its eyes so big that they overwhelm its face. Compared to its body size, these are the largest eyes in the entire mammal kingdom. Each eye is even larger than its own brain and stomach. These eyes allow the pygmy monkey to see clearly in the dark, detecting even the smallest movements, like an insect fluttering its wings, or a cricket tiptoeing on a dry leaf. Backhand index pointing right, a 180 degrees rotating head like an owl. Because its eyes are so large, the pygmy monkey cannot rotate its eyeballs like other primates. Instead, it has a special mechanism. It can rotate its head up to 180 degrees, just like an owl. With just a slight rotation, it can cover the entire surrounding space, helping to detect prey trying to hide in the dark. Backhand index pointing right, small body, terrible jumping power. Dwarf monkeys have a characteristically elongated foot bone, like a biological spring. Thanks to that, they can jump 40 times their body length, equivalent to a human jumping over a 12-story building. What's more amazing is that they land without making a sound, leaving their prey without having time to realize what's coming. Backhand index pointing right, pair of hands with magical, sticky discs. To live the life of a ninja in the trees, dwarf monkeys are endowed by nature with hands and feet with sticky discs, firmly gripping slippery tree branches. Thanks to that, whether jumping over high branches or swinging on vines, they rarely slip and fall. Backhand index pointing right, tiny but formidable predator. Despite their small size, Philippine dwarf monkeys are one of the most formidable predators on the island. Their food is diverse, from crickets, grasshoppers, beetles, moths to even spiders and small lizards. A cricket is just an appetizer, because the long night still has many opportunities to hunt more. The pygmy monkey uses its extremely sensitive hearing to pick up high-frequency sounds that the human ear cannot detect. Just a flutter of wings or a very slight click of teeth, they immediately locate their prey. Backhand index pointing right, the battle for survival in the night. On this island, the pygmy monkey is not the only species that hunts at night. It has to compete with tree snakes, owls, and other small carnivores. Therefore, the pygmy monkey must hunt quickly, neatly, and accurately to ensure enough energy for the next day. Although it is one of the smallest predators, the Philippine pygmy monkey possesses formidable instincts. The combination of its super-large eyes, 180 degrees rotating head, strong jumping ability, and excellent hearing makes it a true night killer, a symbol of the miracle of evolution on this archipelago. Amidst the dense tropical forests of the Philippines, there is a creature that, when you see it, you will immediately understand why the people here call it King of the Skies. It is the Philippine eagle, the rarest and largest bird of prey in the world. With a wingspan of up to 2 meters and a body length of nearly 1 meter, the Philippine eagle appears like a mighty warrior. On top of its head is a crest of upright feathers, looking like a natural crown, and its sharp eyes are no different from a declaration of its dominance over the tropical sky. Unlike many eagles that live in the mountains or plains, the Philippine eagle chooses the dense, moist forests as its home. It lives on the large islands of Luzon, Leyte, Samar, and Mindanao, where it has become an apex predator. Its menu is surprisingly diverse: monkeys, snakes, large birds, giant bats, even tree-dwelling marsupials. No prey is safe from the eyes of this master bird of prey. However, their power does not keep them from danger. The Philippine eagle is critically endangered. Deforestation, habitat loss, and hunting have severely reduced their numbers. Unlike many birds, the Philippine eagle takes years to raise a chick to adulthood, making the population very slow to recover. Today, fewer than 400 pairs remain in the wild. In Davao, the Philippine Eagle Conservation Center is working to save the bird. They breed, care for, and release healthy individuals back into the wild. The Philippine eagle is more than just a national symbol, it is a symbol of hope, a testament to the fact that humans can change to protect our disappearing wildlife. On a barren wild apple tree, the pockmarked marks of destruction show the attack of insects, creatures that seem very normal in the light of day. They crawl slowly, silently gnawing on each leaf, no different from any other bugs in the forest. However, when night falls, the story changes completely. Darkness covers the mangrove forest on the edge of Bohol Island, and suddenly, dim rays of light begin to flicker, as if someone has sprinkled stardust into the quiet space. Those are fireflies, small creatures but possess the magical ability to glow. In the dark, their bodies become living lanterns, emitting a dim yellow-green light, shimmering among the wet foliage. Glowing star, the light of love. Night is the time when fireflies shine, not only to light the way, but more importantly, to flirt and find a mate. That light is not magic, but the result of a chemical reaction that occurs right inside their bodies. When the luciferin in their stomachs combines with oxygen and enzymes, it creates light, a cold, heatless light, pure like moonlight. The males start to glow first. They blink rhythmically, each small spot of light flashing and then fading in an instant. But the magic happens when hundreds, thousands of fireflies blink in unison. Milky Way, the sparkling crowd effect. The whole forest seems to turn into a miniature starry sky. Each flash of light is an invitation, a quiet love song. The females, hidden in the darkness, will choose their mates based on the most perfect, brightest flash. In that moment, the tiny fireflies suddenly become the most brilliant stars in the night sky, even though they are only a few meters above the ground. Their light not only makes the forest seem to be awakened, but also makes anyone who happens to witness it speechless, feeling like they are standing in a real-life fairy tale. Sparkles fireflies, the soul of the Bohol forest night. In the mangrove forests on Bohol Island, this scene occurs every night, but each night has a different look. There are nights when the light is gentle, like the fragile breath of the earth and sky. There are nights when the whole forest suddenly lights up, as if thousands of small fires have found a common rhythm, blending into a perfect symphony of light. They only live for a few weeks, but in that short time, the light of fireflies has lit up a magical part of the forest, a magic that humans, with all their technology, still find difficult to fully recreate. The survival of rare animals in the Philippines is not just a story of protecting a few ancient reptiles, but also a symbol of the country's determination to preserve its unique biodiversity treasure. In the southwest of Luzon, Mindoro, one of the largest and most important islands, stands out for its wild, majestic beauty and unique ecosystem. The center of the island is covered by dense mountain ranges, the highest peak of which is Mount Alcon, towering up into the clouds, always covered in mist and forest rain. From the ravines, pure streams flow rapidly, forming white waterfalls, pouring down into mysterious swamps, an ideal environment for a series of creatures to live and develop. Mindoro is also the only place in the world with the Tamaraw, a rare animal, similar in appearance to a bison but smaller, and now only a few hundred individuals remain in the wild. In the primeval forests, the calls of hornbills echo through the foliage, mingling with the chirping of insects and the gentle rustle of falling leaves. Primates such as long-tailed macaques, civets, and even flying lizards are also frequent, contributing to the vivid picture of nature here. Not only famous for its mountains and forests, Mindoro also has Apo Reef, one of the largest coral reef systems in Asia, home to hundreds of marine species, from colorful reef fish to gentle green turtles. With a harmonious combination of mountains, forests, rivers and oceans, Mindoro is truly one of the most precious biological gems of the Philippines. Every creature here plays an irreplaceable role in the cycle of nature, a cycle of survival formed over millions of years of evolution. But that wild picture is gradually cracking. Humans, with their ever-deepening footprints, have been creating cracks in that intricate system. Deforestation, pollution and illegal hunting have pushed many species to the brink of extinction. If we do not act today, these beautiful landscapes may only exist in our memories and books. The pristine islands of the Philippines, with their mysterious beauty and intense life, are still breathing, still calling the names of those who are quiet enough to listen and act. Because only when we preserve the wild nature can we truly understand the profound meaning of life on this planet. Dear friends, the wild nature is indeed diverse and wonderful, isn't it? The Wild Library would like to pause here so that you can look forward to more fascinating stories, notorious hunts, and promising journeys to explore new lands in the next issues. Backhand index pointing right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It will help us continue to create more quality content for you. And remember to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that are broadcast daily. Goodbye and see you in the next program.